Today's class, we're going to look at the fourth of the Yamas, which is Brahmacharya. And Brahmacharya is about sustaining your energy and not depleting yourself. That's certainly the way the kind of modern translation of it is moving. And so it's all about things like noticing how you're using your energy for positive or negative purposes. So, and often that can be just things like watching your thoughts, so noticing if you have a tendency to think towards the negative rather than towards the positive, and noticing how depleting kind of negativity, negative thoughts and emotions can be. So like if you're angry or you're upset, then it actually uses up a huge amount of your energy, far much more than if you're kind of happy and positive and everything's going really well. So sometimes it's just about kind of watching what's going on and kind of catching yourself and choosing, if you're thinking a negative thought, to turn that around and think, well, what's the positive version of this, and choose to have that thought instead. And also noticing if you have a tendency to kind of worry, as that's quite depleting, or just thinking about things that you kind of have no control over. And the reality is that you don't actually have any control over other people, over places, or over things. The only thing you actually have control over is yourself and how you react to your surroundings. The other kind of way of looking at Brahmacharya is about allowing yourself time to stop doing. Lockdown's been quite good, I think, for a lot of people. Certainly it has for me, in terms of kind of making you slow down and kind of focus on what's important rather than the constant doing that we tend to feel the need to do in this society where, you know, you never stop. You just kind of rush from one thing to the next and you don't even really give time to kind of process. So there's an element of Brahmacharya that's about just stop. Allow yourself that time to kind of rest, to restore, and also to engage in activities that restore you rather than those activities that deplete you. And noticing what they are as well, because sometimes we don't even know, you know, we just go through life with a constant kind of to-do list of next, 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 and you often don't even notice what's restoring you and what's depleting you. It's just a kind of constant list of things to do. So with that in mind, what we're going to do today is we are going to, in terms of movement practice, we're going to have a look at the Brahmacharya series, which is something that I might have spoken to you about before, but as we go through it, you will notice that there are bits of it that I use a lot in classes. So there are bits of it that I don't use so much, and bits of it that you will really rarely recognise, not necessarily in that order. And the Brahmacharya series, it's called the energy freeing sequence. And the idea behind it is that it frees stuck energy from your body and your mind. So it's a really, really good thing to do. It's a really good thing to get into the habit of doing bits of it every single day. And it's really helpful if you've got any kind of stuck energy to make that flow a little bit more freely. And it kind of works on each different area of the body and all of the joints in the body. So you might start to understand why they call it the energy freeing sequence. So we're going to have a look at the series 1 and 2 of Brahmacharya. And then hopefully at the end, we are going to have time for about a 15-minute yoga nidra. So we're going to lay down and allow ourselves a whole 15 minutes of rest and relaxation. Okay, so we're just going to start with a few moments of seated breathing, just to allow ourselves to arrive in the space. So sitting up nice and straight, nice straight spine, shoulder blades down your back. Taking a relaxed downward gaze. or closing your eyes. It's entirely up to you. Resting your attention on your breath. Just allowing your focus to settle. Each time you catch yourself thinking, bringing your attention back to your breath. This is an opportunity to center yourself, to let go of everything that's happened today or this week. And just bring yourself into a yoga space. And also to be aware that this is one of those things that you can do to restore depleted energy. So just take a moment to kind of congratulate yourself a little bit for taking the time to be here and taking the time to do this for yourself. And also being grateful to all of the people and circumstances that enable you to take this time and to be here. So bringing your attention now back into your body, into the room, opening your eyes if they're closed. And then bringing your legs out in front if you're sat in cross-legged and giving them a bit of a shake out. Okay, so we're going to start from this position. If you want to place your hands on the floor behind you and lean back onto your hands, and you're very welcome to do so. And we are going to start with some what's called toe bending and stretching, which is an odd description for it. Basically, what we're going to do is just scrunch the toes up and then spread the toes as far apart as you can. And scrunch them up and spread them. And scrunch and spread. Lovely. And then you're going to point your toes down towards the earth and then flex your feet so you really lift your heels up off the earth. And point your toes, flex your feet. Point toes, flex feet. Awesome. And then what we're going to do, which is a bit of a weird one. So imagine your big toe stays exactly where it is, and you're going to kind of pull the sides of your feet up towards you. So it's like you're trying to open your feet. Does that make sense? Really hard to describe. And then the other movement is to bring the soles of your feet in towards each other. So you're kind of pulling your feet open. So you're pivoting almost on it, like as though your big toes on an axis. Don't mind my super clicky ankle if you can hear it. And then we're going to move to some ankle rotations. And then changing directions. And relax. Bring your hands underneath one thigh and bend and straighten the knee a few times. And then rotate the lower leg. And the other way. Lovely. Pop the leg down and swap sides. So hands underneath the thigh and bend and straighten the leg a few times. And then rotate the lower leg. And the other way. And then pop the leg back down. So now we're going to, again, imagining that your big toe's on an axis, you're going to turn your foot out to one side and you're going to take your whole leg to one side. And then you're going to turn your foot on the axis again and bring the foot back in. And again, you can pop your hands down behind you if you would prefer to lean on something. So leg goes out to one side and then foot turns and comes back in. One more time, taking it out to one side. And then bringing the leg back in. And then the other side. So again, it's like you turn the toe as much as you can, and then you take the leg to the side, and then you turn it the other way to bring it back in as you bring it back to center. And again. And one more time, taking it out to the side, and then back into center. Then taking one leg, lifting it very slightly off the floor and taking some circles from the hip. And the other way. And pop the leg back down and swap sides. So taking some circles from the hip. And the other way. And then pop the leg back down. Then bring your feet, so the soles of your feet are roughly together. So you've got your legs in a kind of diamond shape. So they don't need to be right up close. They can be a fair distance out in front of you. And allow your hands can either rest on the floor or they can rest on your sort of ankles, shins, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to take some rotation. So you're just going to start to rotate the body around. So you're coming forwards and then backwards. And obviously this is all about what's comfortable for you. So take it nice and slow. Make sure it's nice and controlled. You know, my cat is sat behind the camera licking my slippers. And then the next time you come to the center at the front, changing directions. And then next time you come to the center at the front, come back to neutral. So taking your knees, I'd bring your hands probably down to the side beside you. And all we're going to do here is you're going to lift your knees and then lower. And then keep that going. So a few more times, lift and lower. So nice and slow. And then the next time you lower, stay there. Bring one leg out in front of you. And then bring the other one up so the foot is touching the thigh. Doesn't matter which leg you're working with. And exactly the same, but with one knee. So you're going to lift and lower. So if you're doing this in your own time, you can combine it with your breath. But it's not so easy to instruct breath coordination doing this. And the next time you come down, swap your legs over. So you bring that back up. So planting it against the thigh, just making sure you avoid the knee joints. If you can't get up as far as the thigh, then leaving it over by your calf muscle is fine. And then lifting and lowering. So if you're doing this combined with your breath, you'd probably be looking at an inhale as you come up and an exhale as you come down. Still licking my slippers. And then the next time you bring the knee down, leave it there. Bringing both legs back out in front of you again. Bring your hands out in front. And we're going to do some finger flicks. Who doesn't love some finger flicks? So nice and hard. Really spread your fingers at the end. This can get quite intense on the hands quite quickly, especially if you do a lot of computer work, because the muscles in your forearms tend to get quite tight. And then relax. And then extending wrists and flex. And keep that going. So again, breath coordinate if that feels right to you. And then relax. Turn hands over so your palms are facing the sky. And then you're going to bring your hands to your shoulders and then open them back out again. And hands to shoulders and back out. And again, keep this going, a few more. And then leave your hands on your shoulders. And then take some nice big rotations here with your elbows. And then take that the other way. And allow that to relax. So you might want to give your arms a bit of a shake out. It can make your arms and shoulders feel quite tired, that little sequence. And we are going to come to kneeling. So if kneeling's not comfortable for you, you can stay sat down if that's preferable. And then you're going to bring your arms up to a cactus shape. And then you're going to bring your hands down towards the earth. And hands come back up. And down towards the earth. And up. One more time. Down. And up. And then allow your hands to come down by your sides. Turn your palms so they're facing forwards. And you're going to inhale, wide stretch, hands come up, cross your hands overhead, and then exhale, hands come down to your sides. And again, inhale, wide stretch, really reach through the fingertips as you come up, crossing hands, and then exhale, hands come down. And again, inhaling, wide stretch, reach through the fingertips, cross hands. And exhale, lower down. Lovely. Then come over to all fours. So set your all fours position up, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. And some cat stretches. So drop the belly and inhale as you look up. And then arch the back and look down as you exhale. So inhaling up and exhaling down. Keep the movement going. Work with your breath, trying to ripple this all the way along the spine. So this is about freeing the movement of each individual vertebrae. And then bringing your spine back to neutral. Taking your right leg, you're going to inhale and lift the leg up behind. And then exhale, bring the knee towards your nose, looking down towards your knee. Inhale, take it up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take the leg up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Twice more on this side. Inhale, leg up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, leg up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. And then pop the leg on the earth. So swapping sides, taking the left leg. Inhale, take the leg up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Two more. Inhale, leg comes back behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. Inhaling, leg up behind. And exhale, bring the knee to your nose. And then pop the knee back down. And come to sit cross-legged on the earth. Told you this doesn't flow very well. Kind of up and down. Okay, bring your hands onto your knees. You can do it's called seated cat for want of a better term. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale, chest comes forwards, look up. And then exhale, tailbone tucks, pelvis tucks, looking down, arching back. So inhale, coming up, looking up. And then exhale, tuck tailbone. So just like in the cat stretches, you're trying to ripple this movement all the way up and along the spine. Okay, so the next time, bring yourself back to neutral. Bring your hands out in front, clasp your hands, and then reach your knuckles away so you're pulling your shoulder blades apart. So notice here if you've got a tendency to roll your elbows up towards the sky, and make sure that you kind of roll your elbows out to the sides. It makes a really different sensation in the shoulder blades where your elbows are positioned here. So you might just want to play around a little bit with that so you can feel the difference. But you're looking for the elbows to definitely be pointing out to either side rather than upwards. Keep reaching away with the fingertips. And then exhale to release the hands back down. Bring your hands behind you, clasp. Roll your shoulders back, pull your hands down towards the earth so you're opening through the chest. And if you want to, you can start to lift your hands up behind you as well. Otherwise, just pulling them down to the earth. And exhale to release. Bring your right hand down to the earth beside you. And then inhale, lift your left hand up overhead to stretch over to come to a side stretch. So really opening through the left hand side of the body here. Trying to breathe into the left lung. Inhale, bring both hands up overhead, and then exhale as the right hand comes down, left hand comes other way, sorry, left hand down, right hand over, reaching through the right fingertips. Opening that right hand side, breathing into the right hand side of the body. Inhaling, both hands coming up overhead. Exhale, drop your left hand to your right knee. Right hand comes behind, looking over your right shoulder for a twist. Lengthening through both sides of your body. And then inhale, both hands coming up overhead as you come back to center. And exhale, twisting towards the left hand side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind. Looking over the left shoulder. And inhale, both hands come up overhead as you come back to center. Exhale, hands come down to your sides. Okay, this is moving into series 2 now. We're going to come and lay flat down on our backs. So bring both legs out in front of you. And then you're going to inhale and lift your right leg up. And exhale, lower down. So you're inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. So if this is challenging and it affects your lower back, then you can bend your knee as you bring your leg up and then start to straighten it out. And then bend your knee again and bring it back down to the floor. Make sure your lower back is happy with what you're doing. And you'll also notice that you get really different sensations here if you either point your toe or flex your foot. So the idea with this is that you point the toe on the way up and then you flex the foot on the way down. And the next time that leg comes to the earth, allow it to rest on the earth and swap sides. So taking the other leg and lift and lower. And again, if you want to, if it feels better in your lower back, bend the knee first as you lift and then straighten, and then bend the knee again to bring the leg back down. Takes a lot of the pressure out of the lower back. And again, experiment with pointing the toe as you lift and then flexing the foot as you lower. And then allow that leg to come and rest. So there are 2 options now. Option 1 is to go for alternate legs. So you lift and lower one leg and then you lift and lower the other leg. Option 2 is to lift and lower both legs at the same time. Now take the option that feels right for your lower back. If you're going with both legs, you want to really, really tuck your tailbone so you pull your lower belly in and you pull your back. So your lower back really, really connects into the earth as you lift and lower. You can also bend both knees in towards your belly and then straighten your legs. And then bend your legs back towards your belly and straighten them out in front of you to take some of that pressure out of your lower back. Work with whichever option feels best for you. This gets quite intense quite quickly through the core. So take one more and then allow yourself to rest back on the earth. And then just take a bit of a knee hug. Might feel quite nice at the moment to take a bit of a knee hug. Okay, awesome. Bring your legs back out in front of you. Lift one leg up so the foot points roughly towards the sky, and then take some circles with that leg. So you're taking nice big circles, as big as feels comfortable to you. And then change direction. So you rotate, you circle that leg in the other direction. Again, nice big circles. And then gently bring that leg to the earth. And swap sides. So take the other leg, lift it first, and then take some nice big circles. And then changing direction. And then popping that leg back down on the earth. And again, allowing yourself a knee hug. And then bringing your legs again back down on the earth. So this might be starting to get quite intense on the abdominal muscles and the hip flexors. This part of the sequence can be quite challenging. So this time we're going to cycle. We're going to cycle the legs. So it's like you're riding a bike. So the knee comes up, and then it's like you push the pedal away to straighten the leg, and it comes out in front. So bending the knee, knee comes towards your belly, leg straightens as you push. So just like if you were cycling a bike. And then this one can be a bit of a challenge, because I want you then to reverse the direction that you're pedaling in. So the leg comes up first, then the knee bends and comes out in front. And then popping that leg back down on the earth. And swap sides. So taking the next leg. So first of all, you're pedaling forwards. If this is all becoming too much for the lower back as well, you can bend the other leg and put the foot flat on the floor, and that will take some of the pressure out of the lower back. So as we start to get tired, lower back can take quite a lot of this, and you want to make sure you keep your lower back nice and safe. And then pedaling in the other direction, so changing directions. And then bringing the leg to rest back on the earth, and allowing yourself another knee hug. Many, many knee hugs. Okay, this time leaving your knees in towards your belly, we're going to cycle both legs together. So it's just like you're riding a bike. One leg goes first and then the other one follows. Make sure lower back is happy. If it's not, just go back to doing one leg at a time. And then changing directions. So you're cycling backwards now. And then stopping that, bringing both knees in towards your belly. Having another knee hug. And then if you want to, you might want to just stay with a knee hug, or if you want to, you can lift your head towards your knees. So if your head is lifted, then lower. And then everybody bring your feet back down to the earth. So your knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Taking your arms out to a T shape if you have space to do so. Ideally with palms facing upwards. So feet are about hip width apart. And you're just going to exhale and drop your knees to one side. And then inhale, bring them back to center. And exhale, take them to the other side. And inhale to center. And keep this going. So work with your breath. And then finish with your second side. And bring your knees back up so your feet are flat down on the floor. Bring your hands down beside you. So feet again hip width apart, heels up close to your buttocks. And you're going to inhale, tuck your tailbone, and then gradually peel your vertebrae up off the earth one at a time to come to bridge pose. And then exhale, lower yourself all the way back down. So keep going, work with your breath, inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower. And then if you want to, you can add your arms in. So as you inhale and lift, your arms come up overhead. And as you exhale and lower, your hands come down to your sides. So inhaling, hands come up. Exhaling, hands come back to your sides. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Making sure knees don't drop out to the side. So imagining you've got your imaginary brick between your knees and you're gripping onto it nice and tight. And then the next time you come down to the earth, allow yourself to rest. And for the last time today, bring your knees into your belly for a knee hug. And then start to set yourself up for your super long shavasana stroke yoga nidra. So if you would like any kind of blankets, pillows, socks, jumpers, bolsters, any of those things. Now is the time to grab hold of them. So really do allow yourself to be nurtured and to be super, super comfortable here. Don't scrimp on comfort. So settling yourself down. Welcome to this practice of Yoga Nidra. And welcome to the opportunity to rest and to restore. Be excessively kind to yourself. Allow yourself to switch off. Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to rest and to recharge. And for all of that depleted energy to be restored to full levels of vitality. And remember that there is no doing in Yoga Nidra. It's impossible to do Yoga Nidra wrong because there isn't anything for you to do. You don't even need to listen to my voice. My voice can just guide you to just be a distant sound as you allow your body and your mind to rest. Knowing that simply to be here is enough. You've already done everything that you need to do. You might find that as the practice moves on, you find that your body and your mind become more and more relaxed, that they become more and more effortless. And you might find that the sound of my voice drifts in and out of conscious hearing. Imagining now that a vibrant light, perhaps like a bright summer sunshine, starts to enter your body. That summer sunshine, that bright, vibrant light, starts to enter through your toes, charging your body up as it goes, restoring you to full energy, to full vitality. Moving up through your legs, knees, calves, pelvis, up into your lower abdomen, your belly, ribs, whole of your torso full of this vibrant, vibrant light, full of energy, full of vitality, recharging you. That light moves into your shoulders, down both of your arms, into the tips of your fingers and thumbs, into your neck, and the back of your head, your forehead, your face, your mouth, your jaw, your whole body, vibrant. As though this light is some kind of superpower to charge, to replace any lost energy. But as this happens, your body is completely relaxed, your mind is completely relaxed. Just allow yourself to rest and to restore. Allow all of your vital life force to come back to full capacity. But know that in order for that to happen, there is nothing for you to do. You can just be here now, resting in your yoga space. And notice that as the body restores, it relaxes at the same time, it lets go. Notice that letting go happening, that letting go sinking effortlessly into the earth supporting the body. Feeling each part of your body in turn, really letting go. Starting with your right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the palm of your right hand and the back of your right hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, the front of your right thigh and the back of your right thigh, knee, cap, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, the sole of your right foot, your right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, your whole right side, letting go, letting go, letting go. Your whole right side, letting go. The attention shifts to your left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the palm of your left hand and the back of your left hand, your left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, the front of your left thigh and the back of your left thigh, kneecap, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, the sole of your left foot, your left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the whole of your left side, the whole of your left side, letting go, letting go, letting go, resting, restoring, charging up. Your right upper back, your left upper back, your right mid back and your left mid back, your right lower back, and your left lower back. The whole of your back, the whole of your spine, the whole of your spine, the back of your neck, back of head, crown of head, forehead, your right temple, your left temple, your right eye, your left eye, your right cheek, your left cheek, your right ear, your left ear, whole of your nose, your upper lip, your lower lip, jaw, chin, teeth, gums, the whole of your mouth, the whole of your mouth, the right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, the right rib cage, and the left rib cage, the abdomen, belly, the whole of your front, the whole of your front, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, both arms and both legs together, the whole front of your body, your whole front, the whole back of your body, your whole back, your whole body together, your whole body together, your whole body, resting, restoring, your whole body, resting and restoring. Noticing your breath. As you inhale, feeling vitality, inhaling vitality. As you inhale, life force, energy. And as you exhale, releasing tiredness. As you exhale, releasing lethargy. Inhaling, charging up. Exhaling, releasing depletion. Inhaling, charging up. Exhaling, releasing depletion. Imagining yourself resting on your yoga mat in your yoga nidra space, and imagining that surrounds you is a bright summer sunshine. And that sunshine is there just to charge you up. Feeling the warmth of the sunshine on your body. Feeling your body and your mind absorbing the vibrant energy of the sun. Feeling with each inhale a little bit more of the energy from the sun permeates your being, restoring you to your full capacity. And allowing yourself to just rest and allow the restoration to take place. And now starting to find yourself moving from that place back to this place. From there back to here. And taking that full energy and vitality with you as you come back, come back, come back. Finding yourself once again resting on your yoga mat. Starting to return to your body. Starting to perhaps notice physical sensations in your body. And knowing that at any time you like, you can return to that place. But for now, it's time to be back here, back in your yoga space, in your house, resting on your yoga. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, starting to become acutely aware of the physical body. And then dropping your head very gently from side to side. And then when you feel ready, and there's absolutely no rush, find your way to rest on one side. And then bringing yourself in your own time again up to seated. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. So bringing hands up overhead in the Prana Mudra, opening palms towards the sky. Bringing your hands together overhead to the crown of your head. To your third eye for wisdom and clarity of thought. To your lips and then your throat for peace and love in all that we say. And to your heart space to love unconditionally. So thank you for sharing tonight's practice. Namaste.